welcome to Book Buzz, brought to you by the Peters Township Public Library. I'm Miss Shannon.
And I'm Miss Linda, and we are here for part 2 of March. As you can see, we still have our decorations. I still have my earrings. I still have my lucky to be a librarian shirt.
St. Patrick's Day is in the middle of March.
Yeah.
So we're good.
So we're still all ready for, yes, we're still celebrating. So
I think that's fair.
Okay. Start now.
And we might as well milk it because Easter's so much later, so we don't have to jump into Easter as quickly.
Yeah, I like that too. We had that discussion, and I'm like, yeah, it's all
too
too much, too fast.
You can do shamrocks and then do bunnies. You don't have to do shamrocks and bunnies at the same time.
That's true.
So it's all good.
We like our holidays separated.
Time to clean up and move to the next one.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we talked last episode about Shamrock or Luck of the Irish bingo for families and kids.
Yes.
Well, you never really grow out of bingo, which is probably why it's so popular with an older generation.
Yep.
Because everybody likes bingo and everybody likes to win prizes.
Yeah.
So
and
we are going to be celebrating.
I'm going to demonstrate.
Okay.
So
don't take my notes.
Bingo, they'll have. Do you ever see them where they've got, they buy 3 cards, but in ours you don't have to buy anything. And then they're just going
they're
and,
daubers. Oh my gosh,
yeah.
And
they're
I can't handle that.
They're doing all these games.
We're not to that level.
No.
So, but we are doing, for teens only, we're going to be doing International Women's Day Bingo. We actually did this program last year virtually. So it's Women's Day, International Women's Day falls in March. I don't think it's actually on March 17th. I don't think I was able to time it perfectly to when it is. But so we're going to talk a lot about women's history and famous females. And the clues that will be in the slideshow will be where your bingo is.
Oh, fun.
So you get to learn a little bit too while playing bingo and winning prizes. So I brought, this is not for teens, this is for children, obviously, but anybody can read it.
Yeah, it's a good book.
She Persisted, which is by Chelsea Clinton and illustrated by Alexandra Boyger. We love these books. They turned it into a whole series now, too, of short novels.
People.
But it's about 13 famous females and how they impacted history. So this is actually, we consider this to be a biography, or we actually probably have it in the 920s since it's about groups of women. But it's a really easy way to read to children or even anybody to learn some quick facts about some famous people and not have to be overwhelmed by a really long biography. So here's Harriet Tubman. We have Clara Lemlich, the ballerina dancer Maria Talchief, which is some people I never even heard of before. So that's kind of cool too. So what did these women do that impacted history? So She Persisted. We have several copies of this one because I think it was recognized for an award at some point too.
I think so too.
And then again, they recently released a whole series of short biographies about one particular female. They're all based upon females. So in honor of International Women's Day, teach your child about some famous females and some girl power. Excellent.
I like it. All right. Best books for babies shower. We talked about it a little bit last time. It's coming up March, 19th, 11 till 12. And we are going to be doing baby bingo.
There you go with the bingo.
There you go. Baby shower bingo. Had to bring that. That's cute. We play a couple games. We don't overdo it because,
I love me some shower games, I'm not going to lie. Because I love me some prizes. If I go to a shower and I don't win a prize, I've told you that, right? It's bad news.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I just went to a baby shower and there were no games and everybody loved it. It was so good.
Oh.
It was. So
Did you get a good favor?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Baby up, baby down. So what it is best books for babies picked by Carnegie Library System. And we are doing a shower about them, and you can walk away with a free book. You can win a raffle for a whole set of the books. And
see, good prizes.
Yeah, well, we know how to do things like that. And it's for expectant mothers of young ones. What do you say, under 18 months?
I think it's how it is in the
something
description.
Like that. And as we said last time, even if you have children and you have a young one like that, things change. It's never too late to learn about new books and things to read to your child.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So come to that. Best Books for Baby Shower coming up in March. And I checked this morning and it's halfway full.
Yeah, it's filling up. For sure.
It is.
Yep. So make sure you come. Get on there. Get on the wait list. Whatever.
Yep.
So another thing we're really excited about. This is not particularly a youth services program, but I feel like it definitely gears towards our families. Is we are partnering with a local travel agent that's also a library patron, and she's going to do a whole presentation on the best Disney dream vacation tips. And it's going to be through Zoom, so you can watch it in your PJs. It's going to be March 15th, which I believe is a Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, and learn all about the tips of going to Disney. And I go to Disney a lot, and I feel like there's always more tips to be had to really get the most out of your experience. Because you work, you plan so long, and it's a more of a costly trip. You really want to get the most out of it and make sure that you are not missing anything that you want to make sure you do. And she's going to tell you how to do that, how to score the dining reservation that you want or whatever it may be. So Disney Dream Vacation Tips via Zoom, March 15th, 7 o'clock. So make sure you do have to register for that or you will not receive the Zoom link to attend.
Okay. So we're talking about the Tween Book Club book that I didn't bring and that I put wrong on our little paper here. So it is actually for March, we're going to be reading Miscalculations of Lightning Girl by Stacey McNulty. If you can survive a bolt of lightning, you can survive middle school, and it goes right, and it has explanation, things. And we briefly mentioned in the last one of middle school.
Middle school's rough.
It's rough. It is. It's a hard
We actually have multiple
transition.
books that we talked about that had to do with middle school and being rough. It's a very popular reoccurring theme in tween books because it's something that tweens can relate to, and not just you is having a rough time. Most people have rough times.
Oh, absolutely.
At least one.
Yeah, and if you can get some relief by reading about it or laughing about it or whatever, fantastic.
I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
There's
some books. Yeah. There's some books about middle school that exist now that I wish existed when I was going through
absolutely. We kind of went through it blind. Me even blinder.
Well, the tween books weren't as good.
No.
But I feel like that's a need that's really being fulfilled now that wasn't back.
Oh, definitely.
Then. That target audience. Okay. All right. So.
Oh wait, did I say when that is? Oh.
March 24th.
Thank you. March 24th at 4 o'clock. The kids just come over after school. I always have treats and snacks. Feed them and they will come. That's what I do.
In theory. Yeah.
All right.
And they have been coming to their book club. That's really kicking off.
Yeah. The one for this month is full.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, we're, towards, yeah. So
good titles, good conversation, good snacks.
Amen.
Apparently.
Yep.
So it's all good. All right, so you guys Peters Township does not have school on Friday, March 25th. You are lucky. So because of that, we're going to hang out at the library because on your day off, where else do you want to go?
Hello.
The public library. So we are going to be having a marathon of the TV series Stranger Things, which is now finally, after I feel like it's been so long, is returning to Netflix. They're going to have the last 2 seasons pretty close together because the kids that are in this show, the actors, are getting too old to be kids anymore.
Oh.
And also the storyline's about ready to be done. But it's a really fun one. So we're going to watch episodes of it. We're going to do a little bit of trivia. There's going to be prizes. And then if you are a fan, we do have, this is actually from a different library because ours was out, but we do have a whole set of graphic novels loosely based on the show as well. So that's kind of cool. So you can check these out, read them, come to our event. It's going to be from 1 to 3:30 in the teen room on Friday, March 25th. Snacks, shows, trivia, prizes.
Sounds fun. That sounds like a fun thing to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and then moving on.
That would be you. Yep. You get the last say on this, and I'll get a book ready.
Okay, perfect. So I also don't have my book, but at least the title's correct. But I don't have my book because they're all checked out, so that's a good problem.
That's true.
The final installment of the Shadow and Bone Book Club, which we started in the beginning of the school year, is going to be on Thursday, March 31st. We're going to be reading Rule of Wolves. So we'll have a nice chance to tie up the entire series, the duology, everything. Oh, there's so many different moving series that connect. There was first a trilogy, then there's a duology. Now this is another duology, but they all intertwine in the same world. So we're finally going to wrap that up on March 31st. We're going to talk about The Rule of Wolves. Again, the series is by Leigh Bardugo. Really, really fun book series. Even if you have not read the other ones, they do all kind of stand alone and are good stories by themselves. So you're welcome to still join us. And the first 5 kids that sign up get a free copy of the book, which is always exciting.
It is exciting. And I forgot to mention, I do that as well. And I think I might have even started it about giving away for the first 5 that register for the Tween Book Club, get a complimentary copy for themselves.
Yeah. And yours fills up, though. Those books go quickly.
They do. Yes, they do, which is good. We like that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, do you have a good book?
I do.
Oh, boy, this looks like an intense one.
No, I'm not going to do that one.
Oh.
I'm going to do this one first. The Stolen Slippers by Melissa de la Cruz. You've shown books.
She wrote the Hamilton ones.
From her, and from the best-selling author of the Descendants series, A Never After Story. And I like every time that you've done books like this, the twisted fairy tales and the, remakes of things. I always love it.
I do too. It makes you think about a different way things could go.
It does. I like that they do that because, who doesn't like a good fairy tale, but I like when they do. So tossed back into the not-so-familiar fairy tale world of Never After, Philomena Jefferson Cho and her friends set off on another adventure. This time, I love this. This time, in search of Cinderella's glass slipper, or rather, glass slippers. Turns out that the classic story of Cinderella is full of lies. Oh, I don't want to be scarred here. Starting with how Cinderella herself is far from the innocent heroine everyone thinks she is.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know if I can read this because I have an image, of what I see.
Maybe she wasn't quite how they portrayed it in the versions you've read or seen.
Yep, she was manipulative and cunning, willing to do anything to be the princess of Eastphalia. The real heroines of her story are her wicked stepsisters.
Oh, so it's like almost from
Hortense and Beatrice. Don't you love those names?
Yes.
Who aren't actually wicked at all.
So it kind of reminds me of that picture book where like the big bad wolf tells his version of the story.
Yeah.
And he's actually not bad. He was just hungry.
Yes. I know. I love that.
So the sisters are like, listen, we're not the problem here. It's this chick.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, not funny?
It'll be fun.
Yeah. So I think this is a fun one. A new book in our collection. You can tell it has a green dot on it. And it sounds like a fun, a Never After story.
So is the Never After, is that a series?
Yes, it is. It's a series of all kinds of fun things. And it's
More
like this.
Twisted fairy tales?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. And this is
I like
one.
those.
I think this will be fun. Okay.
Very cool.
Next.
All right. So you talked about a girl with issues. I'll talk about a girl with issues.
Okay.
So I got Girl, Serpent, Thorne, brand new teen book, also by Melissa, but this is Melissa Bachardost.
That's good.
Yeah, okay. She's got a really long
Sorry,
last name.
Melissa. Sometimes we can't quite get the, yeah.
So there was and there was not, as all stories begin, a princess cursed, another princess story,
Of course.
to be poisonous to the touch. But for Suarez, who has lived her life hidden away apart from her family, safe only in her gardens, is not just a story. As the days of her twin brother's wedding approaches, Suarez must decide if she's willing to step outside the shadows for the first time. Below in the dungeon is a demon who holds the knowledge she craves, the answers to her freedom. Above is a young man who isn't afraid of her, whose eyes linger not with fear, but with understanding of who she is beneath the poison. Soraya, though she knew her place in the world, but when her choices led to consequences she never imagined, she begins to question who she is and who she is becoming, human or demon, princess or monster. So it does kind of remind me almost a way of a twist of like the Frozen story, although, you know, because she has those frozen powers, she doesn't know how to control. Well, this princess is poisonous if you touch her or she touches anything. So she's kind of taken away from everybody she knows and loves because of their own safety.
Right.
So a fun little princess.
I can compare that to Frozen.
Yeah. So I feel like, you know, we tell like little kids love their fairy tales, and you really don't grow out of wanting to read about a princess that needs rescue.
Never.
No.
Love, yes. Rescue me, please.
So the girl Serpent Thorne, new book for teens.
Cool.
Yeah, looks like a good one.
Yeah, I was, you know what, when I was putting all the books together, I was kind of reading a little bit about that one, because I was like, just the title alone was.
Yeah.
All right, so our next one, Mercy Suarez, Can't Dance. And there are several Mercy Suarez books. This is by Meg Medina. Also, the Newbery Medal winner of Mercy Suarez, Changes Gears. So this is the latest one, but this is once again middle school. What's funny, we said it at the same time. That was good. Yes, middle school, 7th grade is going to be a trial for Mercy Suarez. Teachers are tougher, friendships are complicated, and her family is still, well, they always make things interesting. Mercy also has to manage the school store with a boy, and the fact that he's kind of nice makes it even more confusing. Darn it.
Watch out for those kind of nice boys.
Yeah, you know, watch out for those nice ones. And then there's Edna Santos, who is bossier than ever, especially now that she's in charge of the annual Heart Ball. Oh boy. And the one thing for sure, though, Mercy Suarez can't dance, not at the Heart Ball or anywhere else. So it goes on to say about what she's going to do about that. But darn it, another middle school drama.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you're having problems, come and read a book.
I mean, James Patterson has a whole series called Middle School, the Worst Years of My Life.
Oh, yeah, I know. They're funny.
They're hilarious.
If you need some comic relief from it, another Green Dot, new book.
New book. All right, cool. This is a new one for YA. It's called Refugee 87. Really good adventure story. It's a quick read, so it's great for our reluctant readers, or if you need to get your AR points or whatever real quickly. So who will save me? Schiff spends his days acing tests in school and playing games with his best friend and next-door neighbor, Biney. Even as the horrors of his country's regime creep closer, Schiff feels happy, safe, and loved in the only home he's ever known. But then soldiers arrive in the dead of night, breaking down doors and tearing Schiff and Biney away from their families. Punished for imagined crimes, the boys vow to escape. Facing both unthinkable cruelty and boundless kindness, Schiff has no choice but to press on toward a future he can barely imagine. Based on real experiences and written in sparse, powerful prose, this gripping debut illustrates the realities faced by many young refugees across the world today. So it's crazy that there's still, this is still issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it looks like a quick read. There's not too much text per page, which makes it nice for our reluctant readers for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's gonna be a really good, moving adventure story.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, that does sound good.
A new one by L. Fountain.
Excellent. Lots of good books. Boy, we're just bringing out all the new books. Okay, the next one. All right, Pages and Company, The Book Wanderers by Anna James. I like the cover. I always like cover. I love looking at covers of books.
And unfortunately, you do judge a book by its cover.
You do.
You don't want to. You don't want to.
I know, because that saying is never judge a book by its cover.
And that's why if you go to a bookstore, the covers are all facing out.
Yeah. Especially if they're nice.
Put the ugly ones in the back.
You kind of just show the spine.
It's got a good spine.
That's so funny. All right, welcome to Pages and Company. Ever since her mother's disappearance. Wait, can I just mention something? It's not middle school.
Is she a middle schooler?
Well, she's 11. Getting close. All right. All right, darn it, close. Ever since her mother's disappearance, 11-year-old Tilly Pages has found comfort in the stories at Pages and Company, her grandparents' bookshop. But when her favorite characters, oh, I love this, her favorite characters, Anne of Green Gables, Alice from Wonderland, start showing up at the shop, Tilly's adventures become very real. Not only can she follow Anne and Alice into their books, she discovers that she can book wander into any story she chooses. Ooh. Tilly's surprising new ability leads her to fun and exciting adventures, but, all right, here's the but. But, I have to find it. Oh, but.
You lost your butt.
But danger may be lurking on the very next page.
Oh. This is the first book in the series. It's a book series.
Yes, it is a series, and I think that it just sounds fun. Anything to do with books and bookstores and, getting into being a part of the story.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's, interesting. I think that'll be really fun.
There was that YA novel by Jodi Picoult and her daughter, Samantha Van Leer, Between the Lines, when the girl falls into the book.
Yeah, I remember that book.
That was a good one, too. Makes you
Very
think.
good.
It's fun.
Another good one.
Good way to use your imagination.
Yeah, not talking about middle school. It's bringing you into some of the stories that we love.
She's going inside the book to escape her problems in middle school.
All right. Well, I wasn't going to go there, but if you have to, oh well.
All right, so
You're
this
so
one
funny.
is a brand new YA historical fiction. Mirror Girls definitely touches upon some tough topics. As infants, twin sisters Charlie Yates and Magnolia Heathwood were separated after the murder of their parents, who died for loving across the color line. Now, at the dawn of the civil rights movement, Charlie is a young black organizer in Harlem, while white-passing Magnolia is the heiress to a cotton plantation in rural Georgia. So there's these two twin sisters. They have biracial parents. So one girl definitely looks more Caucasian than the other one, so she's passing off as that, even though she is biracial.
Okay.
And during this time period,
right,
things were very different.
Right.
Magnolia knows nothing of her black heritage, but secrets are hard to keep in a town haunted by the ghosts of its slave-holding past. When Magnolia finally learns the truth, her reflection mysteriously disappears, the sign of a terrible curse. Meanwhile, Charlie's beloved grandmother falls ill. Nana's final wish is to be buried back home in Georgia and, unbeknownst to Charlie, to see her long-lost granddaughter, Magnolia, one last time. So Charlie travels into Jim Crow South, confronting the land of her worst nightmares. The sisters reunite as teenagers in the deeply haunted town of Eureka, where ghosts linger and dangers lurk behind every mirror. They couldn't be more different, but they will need each other to put the hauntings of the past to rest, to break the mirror's deadly curse, and to discover the meaning of sisterhood in a racially divided land.
Wow.
So I think this is going to be a really neat historical fiction. I think it'll be really...
What's with all these curses?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of curses out there.
There are. But
that's cool, though.
Yeah,
sounds good.
Yeah, for sure. Mirror Girls, brand new by Kelly McWillens, brand new YA.
Excellent. All right. Well, what I haven't done yet that I'm going to do is a picture book.
Okay.
We've just been doing those fiction novels. This is Maureen Fergus, Petal the Angry Cow.
You don't want to mess with an angry cow.
Look how cute just the cover is. Isn't that cool? Got that smoke coming out of his nose, snorting. Okay, what? You like it? Okay, yes. But here's what I like about it. It's a really cute picture book, and it's got great pictures, but it has a moral to the story. The kids are going to learn a little lesson without knowing that they're learning a little lesson. So we like to do it that way. Petal is everything you could want in a cow, okay? She is kind, thoughtful, a great baker, and a wonderful artist. She also has a temper, a very big, out-of-control temper, and it doesn't help that her barnyard pals like to push her buttons. On the day the farmer announces a fabulous trip to the water park, the horse accidentally steps on Petal's hoof, and Petal has her biggest tantrum yet. I know, it's so cute. I think it's cute. When the
I
farmer...
think a cow having a tantrum would be dangerous to be around.
It could be. It could be. When the farmer tells her that she won't be able to go to the water park unless she learns to control her temper. This is good warning for kids. Petal stomps off in a huff. What else can an angry cow do, right? Mm-hmm. But there's a but this is a good but.
Okay.
But then she meets a beautiful, majestic swan who offers to show her a thing or two about resolving aggravating situations. Petal's laugh-out-loud barnyard antics will tickle even the surliest cows, while her heart of gold will charm readers of all ages.
That's a cute one.
Petal the Angry Cow. We might have I think we only have a couple minutes, but you get the last book.
I'll do a real quick preview. So this one we'll talk about more in April because this is the book we're going to be reading for our Teen Choice Book Club in April.
Just that cover.
A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It is a teen murder mystery. Kind of reminds me of the Pretty Little Liars series. It's about a super popular girl and she either gets murdered or she disappears or something happens to her. And 5 years later, the town is still kind of haunted by this and trying to figure out what happened. So good page-turning mystery. It is the first in a series. There is a sequel, Good Girl, Bad Blood, by Holly Jackson. So make sure you join us. There's still space left. If you sign up, you get a free copy of the book, which I'm holding a sample of that right here. So a lot of fun. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. We're going to be discussing that the first Saturday in April.
Excellent. Good job. We got a lot of books in there.
Yeah, we did. Lots of good reading.
And don't forget to stay tuned for a list of all of the regular reoccurring programs. So
Yes.
We'll see you next time for Book Buzz in April.
April.
Easter.
Yep.
Eggs.
We'll put away our
bunnies,
shamrocks and get out our bunnies.
chocolate. Yes. We're going to bring chocolate.
That would
All
be
right.
fun.
I want chocolate. All right. We got to take care of this. Have a good one.